So the toss from Aslan to Zulfikar. And the first service thuds into the tape but doesn't click over. Aslan Alias was part of the team competition 2 years ago when Malaysia managed to get a silver medal, coming up short against Thailand, as is so often the case. Swapping around, and it's actually 2-1 to Malaysia, yes, as the scoreboard ticks around. Time to watch Kritsanapong in action, and he gets straight into the action with a huge service. Kritsanapong wasn't part of the gold medal winning team 2 years ago. We had Anwachaichana. Sidiwasaka was one of the main Tekongs. He's on the bench today. We might see him brought into a little bit of action later on. Tawisat Tongsai, who's part of this C Regu, he was playing 2 years ago in the top team. Ponchai, Kaukaev, Panapong Pitlue, Patarapong Yupadi. Sompon, who we saw earlier, who we're seeing now. There he is. He was part of that gold-winning Team Regu team. Beautiful tape service. Straight through there from Zulfikar. Straight down the middle, clips the tape. Slight change of direction. Very difficult to defend. Service, but kept alive by Sompon, and look at the way that is put away by Tawisat Tongsai. Ponchai Kaukaev, Anwachaichana, Tawisat Tongsai. What incredible players they have. 1, 2, 3 at the net, Thailand. Alive with the head by Tawisat Tongsai. Good block, very good block at the net there. But Tawisat puts it away. That's the problem, you block it. Very well blocked by Aslan Alias. Excellently blocked, but beautifully saved and sent by Sompon, and then put away by Tawisat Tongsai. 6-3 already in the blink of an eye. Referee telling the Thais to get on with it. Don't like delays in sepak takraw. You're allowed your timeout, 1 per team per set. We'll have one of those coming later, no doubt. The save, the set, and the deft little spike from Aslan Alias. See the Thais coming up with a double block. 2 of them turning their backs to try to block it. Tawisat Tongsai as well, turning around because he thought we're leaving a bit of a gap here in the middle. Seeing double blocks. The Koreans, who obviously aren't in this competition, they like to do triple blocks. So in the quadrant, maybe we'll see some quadruple blocks. It's coming later in this week. Attempted block there from Tawisat Tongsai, but it rolled over the top of him. Malaysia dragging their way back into this first set of the sea regu. Point goes the way of Thailand as they dominate the net this time around. Good effort from Aslam Alias, but look at this for a block. Gets the meaty part of the thigh out of there, does Tawisat Tongsai. Cushions that ball and sees it die over the opposition side of the net. 3 services to come from Zulfikar. Oh, that one was so close. Hit the tape, but couldn't quite drag its way over. The save, the set, and Tawisat Tongsai with the spike. So many excellent strikers for Thailand. Tawisat Tongsai taking a bit of a tumble there. Left knee seems to be the one with the problem. All of the Thais wear, all of the Thai strikers wear knee protection on the leg that they use to spike with. A bit of the magic spray, just to freeze it. They won't want to take any risks, any unnecessary risks at this stage. We see him spin around and then seem to land fine on that particular occasion. Obviously, it's very jarring when you land every time. Can't have too much in the way of sole of the shoe or indeed the rest of the canvas around the shoe, because you need to have a feel for the ball. You can't have big hefty trainers, nothing with grips on the bottom, because the ball would come off at the wrong angle. Same on the top there. Looks to be in a little bit of discomfort here. Tawisat Tongsai on the bench. We can see people being warmed up now. We could be in for a change. The potential replacements for Thailand, 1 for each position. Siriwasaka, Jirasak and Pongpade. Siriwasaka being the one warmed up. The official standing around does seem to be in some sort of pain here, coming up to the quad muscles, and it may be time for us to have a change. As I said, there's no reason for them to, they've got an embarrassment of riches on the bench. There's no real reason for them to have to persist with Tawisat Tongsai if he's injured. He's getting gingerly to his feet. I think they took their time just to make sure that Iwasaka can get fully warmed up. And it's Jirasak who is coming on, replacing Tawisat Tongsai. Iwasaka is a Tekong who is warming up, who could potentially replace Kritsanapong, which I think would be a bit harsh on the number 23. So in we have number 21, Jirasak. Let's see how he fares at the net, opposite Aslam Alias. Hits his first one long. This is where the Malaysians need to use a little bit of nous. The Tekong should be targeting the new guy who's come in, Jirasak, the number 21. Since he won't be warmed up, he'll be a little bit, well, he'll be warmed up, but he won't be match ready. And maybe a little bit nervous as well. There is some sharp spiking from Aslam Alias as the Malaysians try to use the delay to their advantage. Back from 9-5 to 9-7. The set from Shazreen Kamar, and the spike that just gets over the net. So they are indeed turning this around. 9-5 to 9-8. That's the number 21 coming across to block the substitute, Jirasak, who's come on for the injured Tawisat Tongsai. Oh, beautiful positioning here, and Malaysia have dragged this back to 9-all. Very much used the delay to their advantage. And Jirasak hasn't got into the game yet. It's a shame when that happens. You win 4 points in a row and then the Tekong puts it into the net. Pressure now on Zulfikar. Also going to be pressure on Jirasak for him to get his first spike as a replacement. Well, all that hard work to drag it back to 9-all and then 2 points gifted by poor Zulfikar. This one goes over the net, so we're going to see Jirasak in action for the first time. It's blocked, but that's a 3-fer for Thailand. Malaysia got a 3-fer on the Thai service. Thailand returned the compliment, 3 points in a row on Malaysia's service. Into action, Jirasak, looking reasonably pleased with himself, relieved no doubt that he's got that one out of the way. He hasn't got a spike winner yet. The ball toss is also his responsibility. Good ball toss, but a lovely service from Kritsanapong. Remember, Thailand A and Thailand B won the first 2 parts of this match. And this is now Thailand C, if we can call it Thailand C. Sompong, Kritsanapong, and it was Tawisat Tongsai. Now it's Jirasak. Malaysia taking a timeout. Dragged it back from 9-5 down to 9-all. And then they've just let it get away from them. 4 points in a row since then. A bit tentative there at the net, as we can see. TRtrebuC nervous coming into the game. That's some beautiful blocking from the man he replaced, Tawisat who's gone off with a left leg injury. Didn't seem to be in, he wasn't in agony, certainly, but he was definitely in discomfort. And a few empty seats being seen now. That Malaysia have lost out on any hope of a gold medal. Save from Shazreen Kamar, set from Zulfikar. Should really have been the other way round. Ideally for Malaysia it would have been the other way round. But the players have to adapt. You never know when the ball, where the ball is coming to you from the service when you have a clever tekong on the other side. Fired straight down the middle this time. Shazreen Kamar sets it up, but a long way back. And that one bounces off the cameraman. A little bit of jeering from the crowd there. So it's beautifully kept alive from the block here that goes spinning out towards the cameraman. Not a whole lot he can do about that one. Got a job to do at the net there. 6 points in a row, make that 7 points in a row for Thailand. They do it so often. Gets to around 8 all, 9 all it was here, and 7 points in a row. Zulfikar has looked very nervous from the tekong circle. Better service from him here. Not getting the spike winners from TRtrebuC, but he's getting the points. There's the returning Shazreen Kamar. Yet another one goes long. That's another threefer for Thailand. 3 threefers in a row, 2 on the Zulfikar service and 1 on the Kritsanapong service. Here's Kritsanapong. If he can get a threefer, then the first set is in the bag. Beautiful monkey drop. There's one of the 3. And there's 2 of them. Big service. Couldn't be cushioned by the head, and that's 11 set points. Slapped back over. But there we go. Again, doesn't count as a spike winner, but it's certainly a spike for a point from the substitute. TRtrebuC set up beautifully by Somporn and then put away. I think it did actually bounce on the floor before it gets to Shazreen Kamar. We'll see it on the replay. Not quite. It's as good as a service winner. And that sees the first set go the way of Thailand's Tregu, 21-9. Slim pickings today for the host nation, Malaysia. The A team lost 2 sets to love. The B team, those are close ones, 21-17, 21-15. The B team, 21-10, 21-6, they lost. And the C team, again, not making it into double figures. Crowd still enjoying themselves here at the Titiwangsa Stadium. Cheering on, Team Malaysia, uniting our passion. There was a lot of passion early on in the A-Regu. It's petered out a little bit. And I think what we're seeing here really is the strength and depth of the Thais. When you can start Somporn Tawisa Tongsai and Kritsanapong for your C Regu. As we look at the Thai women's team, plenty of Sasiwimon Janta sit there. We see plenty of strength in depth in the women's Regu as well. And the men's absolutely dominant. Shazreen Kumar coming off by the look of things. It's great to see him back in action. The armband is being passed to Zulfikar the Tekong. So we are presumably going to see a replacement at the feeder position, which is unusual unless there's an injury. Coach Talib Ahmad presumably going to make that change. Thai's already made a change, of course. Tawisa Tongsai off with an injury. Replaced by Jerasak, number 21 on the left of the screen. So the three of them come in for the huddle, but obviously if there is a substitution, it has to be done officially, and that is going to be the case now. And off goes Shazreen Kumar. And on comes Zaharia, who is going to play at the feeder position. That monkey drop is kept alive. Zaharia immediately into action. Again, wonderful play from the Thais. Jerasak getting into things more and more. Be enjoyable for him to get a good run out. Big service down the middle from Kritsanapong. It's got the delicate service and the hard service as well. Skill and power.
Of match number 6, match between Brunei versus Indonesia.
Beautiful service for a three-fer.
Indonesia wins 3-0.
As you've heard, maybe in the background there from the announcer, Indonesia has won the other match 3-0. Last set of the C Regu going almost the distance, 21-18. But that's a 3-0 win for them. So Indonesia defeated Brunei 3-0. They also defeated Malaysia 2-1. That is the crucial result there. So Thailand looking for all the world like they're going to make it 3 out of 3. 9 possible points out of 9. Indonesia will have 5. Malaysia looking like they will only have 4. So that will see Thailand getting the gold medal, Indonesia the silver, Malaysia the bronze, Brunei outside the medals. Malaysia get themselves on the board at least in this second set. Somporn does the 1-2-3 himself, but ends up being blocked by Aslan Alias. Powerful service this time. And there we're seeing the substitute getting into action. Zaharia, the number 21. The save and the set. That was a beautiful block by the other substitute, Jerasak. Tape service creeps over. The Thais can start showcasing their skills now. They're almost home and hosed. So Kritsanapong, why not try those tape services? Satu Dua Tiga from the Malaysians, and they do it with style and panache. Tekong Zulfikar saves. The replacement feeder Zaharia sets it, and then it was just dinked over the net by Aslam Alias. Cleverly done. Just the second point of the set, though, for Malaysia. And then we have a 1-2-3 from Thailand of their own. The Tekong to the feeder to the striker. Big service there from Zulfikar. It couldn't be kept alive by Sompong. So not going down without a fight, the Malaysians. And the fans certainly not going down without a cheer. Big, powerful spiking there from the replacement Jurasak. He's got a chance with Tarisa Tongsai having gone off. Scuttles into place close to the net, backs off a little bit, and then roll spikes it beautifully. And a beautiful spike of his own from Aslam Alias. Picking order for Malaysia seems to be Hanafi Abdullah and Khairul Zaman. Top two. Ten to 5 as the ties edge, or perhaps stride inexorably to this second set and this third regu. And here we are going to see a change. And Kritsanapong or Jerasak, Kritsanapong is going to take the captain's arband. Off goes Somporn, and we're going to see a change of feeder on both sides. And it is Tanawa who has come on. Tanawa into immediate action and then headed over right into the corner. On the line, everything going right for the ties at the moment. A little bit of head tennis. And Malaysia take their timeout at 11-5 down. Very tough for the coach, Talib Ahmad, to do anything at the moment. It has been very difficult for Malaysia to get into this match. Had they fared better against Indonesia yesterday, then surely you'd have thought they would have made more of a match of it, as we see our poor cameraman taking one on the shoulder there. But today they always knew they were on a hiding to nothing. I'm sure if they'd have come into this match on the back of 2 3-0 wins, which is what they wanted to do against Brunei and Indonesia, then they would have been up for the fight a little bit more against the ties. But knowing that they needed to get something out of the ties purely to get a silver medal, let alone compete for gold, well, that was always going to be a big ask mentally, psychologically. And look at that. That's the fourth choice spiker, TRtrebuC. And look how crisply he's firing the ball over. Lots of roll spikers in Thailand. Tend to get a lot of sunback spikers in Malaysia, where you flick it with right foot over right shoulder if you're right-footed, or left foot over left shoulder if you're left-footed. Point goes to Thailand, as we've said so many times today. Save and a set from the substitute who came on, Zaharia. That was a very good save and set. And then very nicely spiked from Aslam Alias. Every point a minor moral victory for Malaysia. Kritsanapong keeps on firing them down the middle. Not straight down the middle, curling away, trying to split the defense. Left Zulfikar with a little bit too much to do there. One more in this set of three. The monkey drop, and it works every time, doesn't it? Paul Zahari has come on as the replacement feeder. Scuttles forward but can't get there quite in time. Very difficult to defend when you can serve so strongly. I think that needs to tick around. Yes, it's 15-6, the scoreboard. Sure, it'll tick around in a second or two. There it goes, 6-16. By the time it ticks around, it's already 6-16. Zulfikar firing one into the net. Hasn't quite been up to snuff compared with his opposite number, Zulfikar, but there we go. That'll shut me up. Fires one down the middle. A little bit of a response. Good serving, but kept alive, and TRtrebuC. That could maybe have been left, but they decide to go for make ultra sure of it. Kritsanapong saves and sets, and then TRtrebuC puts it away. It's always nicer to win a point. That was probably going out. Difficult to tell, and it's always nicer to win a point with a flamboyant roll spike. Nice to win the point at the net rather than on the sideline. Fired in and kept alive. Save set spike. Again, beautiful blocking in the net. Oh, this time couldn't decide what to do there. Tanawa, who is the replacement feeder who's come on. Just let that one die there. Went for it, left it and thought, oh no, it's staying in. I'd better go for that one. Not that the Thais are in dire need of a point. They are 4 points away from whitewashing, or blackwashing, perhaps we should say, judging by their kits. Blackwashing this match. Straight sets. 3 lots of 2 love. Point for Thailand. That may have looked like 4 touches to you, but when a block flies over, let's see this. Oh, we're just seeing the spike that's put away from TRtrebuC. But we had 2 headers before that, which is not something that we usually see. One more service, and it's a beautifully spun one there from the laces of Kritsanapong. 19-8. Swaps over for 3 services from Zulfikar, and he needs to win at least 2 of them. Otherwise it's going to end, the match will end on his service. And that one's nervously gone into the net. So we have 12-set game, match and tie points. 12 chances to finish this one off in straight sets. The save, the set, and it's a cheeky header. They're trying to do it nonchalantly, and they have done. Good grief, that was, I think, a little bit too arrogant there from the Thais. The Thais always let their feeder finish off. And here they did it a bit too cheekily. I think they were grandstanding a bit there, which you don't want to do against a team that's losing 28. Trying to give it, that was a little fake kick that ended up being a header, and just tapping that one over there. A little bit of arrogance from Thanawat, not overly keen on seeing that. Grandstanding and showboating, particularly against the host team when they've had such a disappointing performance. But the long and the short of it is, as the Thais shake hands with the coach of Malaysia, Talib Ahmad, the long and the short of it is that Thailand have won this 3-love. Each of the 3 Regus winning 2 sets to love. It was a consummate performance from the Thais, celebrating 21-9, 21-8 as they toss their poor old coaches into there. All of them, they've got time. There's plenty of them. There's 3 times 3 Regus plus 3 reserves, so it's easy for them to. They've all got the strength, and there's enough of them in numbers to throw all of their coaches in the air and celebrate a gold medal performance for the Thais. 3 matches in a row they have won. 2 sets to love, 3 games to love. So they are 9-0, a perfect 9-0 in the men's team Regu. There will be a medal ceremony that we're going to see a little later on. Thai having taken gold, Indonesia getting the silver, Malaysia the bronze. So we are going to move on now from the Sepak Takraw, and now we are going to give you some Rugby Sevens action from elsewhere in Kuala Lumpur, and I'm going to hand you over to Ashley Morrison.
See so many fans turning up to support the various nations. As we take a look at the lineup, Warren Corn, Pip Pong in 12,